That's right. Today,
you're going to learn about future prospects,
salary ranges,
and
possible places of employment.
Coming to you live from Miss Wells and Miss Kent's, we're going to try to liven it up a little bit, and hopefully you can learn a few things along the way. We're going to start with future prospects. But before we get into that, today we're going to talk a lot about data.
Or is it data?
Or is it data?
So according to YouTube, when we looked up the correct pronunciation.
YouTube knows everything.
They do know everything. The English way of saying it, so if you're in the UK, it was data.
But if you're in America, we say data.
So whatever you want to say, we're fine with. Thumbs up.
That's right. Data. So we are going to talk a little bit about that. So here are your notes. Here are some of the questions. Now, we took your research notes and we kind of broke it up a little bit, and I would encourage you to do the same. Here are our questions we're going to be scanning for. What is the potential growth for this job? Increasing or decreasing? How many jobs are available today for this career? How does it and this is a new one we're asking you to think about. How does it compare? So two major things we're looking for. Sorry, Lefty. Is there going to be growth in this job? And how many jobs are available? So let's take a look at what I think is the first place you should look, which is the Outlook Handbook. Here's the job outlook. You'll usually start on the summary here, so you just click on this tab to get to job outlook. And here is some of the important things that you need to know about a job outlook. So it's what's coming up. That's outlook. That's the basic idea of it. When we're looking at a job outlook, it is the projected or the growth they think is going to happen in the next 10 years. And the most current data they have is from 2014, and it goes all the way up their projections through 2024.
So 10 years.
10 years of what they're projecting. And again, who knows what could happen with the career field? But this is what they think based on data. Employment of middle school teachers. I'm reading here. Employment of middle school teachers is projected to grow 6% from 2014 to 2024, about as fast as average for all occupations. Growth is projected because of the expected increase in enrollment. However, employment growth will vary by region. So let's break this down. Projected to grow 6%. So 6%, that means it's going to grow by 6%. That much more. It's going to get bigger. There's going to be more jobs in the next 10 years. Obviously, it'll be a little bit different based on where you live. If that population is growing, there'll be more jobs, etc. Taking a look at this chart, I think this chart is really helpful because it kind of makes it more clear. I like charts and graph charts. You like charts? Okay. So the first one is total for all occupations. So they're expecting in, I believe this is all U.S., 7% growth. Teachers are going to be in that 6% growth, both for middle school, and this category right here is for all teachers. So we're really close to the national average for growth. There's lots of job opportunities. One more place you really want to look and analyze is this employment projection data for middle school teachers 2014. So let's see all the things that you can learn from this chart. You can learn, first of all, the employment in 2014. So there were 627,500 jobs.
627,500
jobs. Oh, yeah.
Right.
Thank you. Okay.
That's why you're a team.
In 2014. So that was 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And about 20 years from then, they expect there to be a lot more.
664,200 jobs.
So that's a 6% growth, which means they're going to add 36,800 jobs. Exciting.
In 10 years.
Exciting to be a teacher. It's awesome. No, be what you want to be, really. So that is some of the employment projections. That's the job outlook, and that's all the different things that you can learn from the employment projection data. Really quickly, if you choose to use the California Career Zone, it does have some good information as well. Right here it says Outlook. This one says an average annual growth of 1.34. So the other one talked about the growth over 10 years. This one is just what they're saying every year in California. This data is based on 2012. This occupation employment approximately 49,100 jobs in California. It's projected that there will be 55,700 employed in 2020. So about 660 openings, lots of jobs, and another 1,000 or more just replacing those who retire. So lots of different openings over the course of the next 20 years or so. So that is the job prospects for your notes to take. Lots of important information, lots of data to look at. So hopefully you learn a little bit more about what opportunities, whether it's growing, decreasing, and what those career opportunities will have. But I think now it's time to talk about the money.
Yeah, because many of you, when we've said, why did you choose that career? Oh, well, because you can make a lot of money.
That's right.
Well, let's take a look. In the notes section, there are two different areas we're going to look because we have the two different websites that we've been turning your attention
Right.
to. We've got the federal with the Outlook, and we've also got the California wages. You definitely need to specify which ones you are using. We recommend you take a look at both,
Yeah.
especially keep in mind also, you'll notice with that last section that the dates were a little different. We're looking at the Outlook 2014 and with the Career Zone 2012. So that's a little bit of different that you'd want to take into consideration as well.
It's important data to
Yeah.
notice.
So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take us first to the federal wages. So once again, you're going to go to the federal website. You're going to go ahead and go to pay right here because that's going to be your salary. And I'm going to start off just by looking at the first paragraph because once again, that's where you're going to get a lot of the information. The median annual wages for middle school teachers was $54,940 in May of 2014. So let's explain what the median is. This is what it means. The median wages is the wage at which half the workers in an occupation earned more than that amount and half earned less. So it's right in the middle. Half of them earned more, half of them earned less. The lowest 10% earned less than $37,390, and the highest 10% earned more than $84,610. So once again, the median is at which half make more than that and half make less than that.
Right in the middle.
Right in the middle. So if we look at this awesome graph that we were saying really helps us understand,
We like visuals.
total occupations. We're talking total occupations, everything from working in a retail store or a fast food restaurant to making millions of dollars at, let's say, Fortune 500 company. That's what they're called, right?
I
Fortune
think so.
500.
Like Apple.
Yeah.
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 CEO
Google.
of Apple, Google. They make
That'd
a
be
lot.
awesome. So the average there, the median, is going to be 35,540. So that's all occupations. If we look at middle school teachers, which we want to be a middle school teacher
We
when
do.
we grow up,
One day.
that's 54,940 is the median. So half the teachers make less than that, half the teachers make more than that. That's median. All right, now let's take a look. So that's the federal pay. We also want to look at the California Career Zone because if you
California.
remember back in the notes, we're going to divide it up and separate it. So the only section, the only information you have from the California Career Zone is right here where it says wages. And keep in mind, this is from 2014. So the average annual wage in California was $67,740, with most people making between $45,320 and $92,910. So that's the lowest to the highest in California. The average or median being $67,740.
You know what's interesting is, did you notice that these are higher than that federal government one?
I did notice that. I also think that they're also taking into consideration cost of living because
Right.
oftentimes school districts are going to pay you more based on cost of living. And every school district has a different pay salary. So that's
Right.
something that you'd want to possibly research once you get down the road when you really start searching for that job. All right.
All
So
right.
going back to the notes really quickly, that's where you're going to be filling it in right here with the salary range federal. What is the starting salary? What is the top salary? Median salary.
And add those details in. Don't just put the number because you want to be able to explain it, and that will be important when you get to the paragraph.
Definitely.
Definitely.
All right. Now for fun. we want to talk about possible places that you might be able to work.
Where are you going to work?
Yay!
Now you have a job and you want to get the job and you finish the schooling. Where would you work? And the first question is, what types of companies or fields could you work for? We're looking for like general. Like if I'm in advertising, I could be self-employed and people could pay me to do my awesome advertising. Or I could work for an advertising company, or I could even go and work for a specific company like Google or Apple. And any one of those types of companies would be or field I could work in.
That's perfect. So since we've been talking about middle school teachers, why don't we go ahead and look? Now we're talking, let's say I want to leave California and I want to go live in New York City.
To the city.
Ooh, nice voice. Nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a Google search and I'm just going to say, because I want to be a middle school teacher, so what am I going to say? Middle schools, right? Middle schools in New York. And let's see what comes up. Ooh.
West New York Middle School.
Excellent. So I'm going to go ahead and take my West New York Middle School. Oops, went away. I can even just go back to my notes and I can type it in there. West New York Middle School.
And don't forget Carmel. We should probably type in Carmel.
Ooh, I like that. I'm going to start with Carmel because that would be my dream to work at Carmel Middle School. I hear the students there are so
They're the best
nice
ever.
West, what was it? End Middle School. And I'm going to just say New York. So I can go ahead and do this. And it's Carmel Middle School, California.
Easy.
Done.
Done. Good luck on your notes and ask us questions in class if you have any.
Bye.